What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here, and today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the Mattel Hammond Collection Metriacanthosaurus. So with that being said, nothing more to it, then I got right on into it. And before we do, so unnecessary for me to open the knife and then just not do it. But as you can see, this is the in-box packaging Jurassic Park 30th anniversary Hammond Collection Metriacanthosaurus. Super cool, super long name. You can see it in the package. Hammond Collection on the side, Metriacanthosaurus on the back. The only time it showed up in the film franchise, with it being the first movie with Nedry stealing the embryos, and then some other box fun. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into this one. It's been quite a long time since I have done a Jurassic Park / World / dinosaur figure unboxing. It's just been a while. You know, I really can't explain why. It looks like there are no instructions. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, but the inside of the box does look nice. It's kind of got like a sunset glow or an amber. I guess more of an amber color. But alas, here we have it. And there's just a little bit of protective packaging on the arms. Tail's gonna pop right off, and then let me see if I can get these pups out real quick. There's one. Nope. Oh, come on. Try not to poke myself. There we go. Got one, and I can just slide. Ugh. This one, this one's in there too. All right, be careful now. Don't want to get too crazy. Do I have any scissors? Nope. You know what? Ta-da! Sorry, it got really loud really fast. But as you can see, pretty standard. This is the body, and then this is the tail. Looks like it's just a simple pop-in, no type of heating necessary. Yep, just a simple pop-in and a simple pop-out. So it's not too bad, either or. Very, very simple. Both perfect nonetheless. So here it is. This is the figure straight out of the packaging. And oh man, I just absolutely love it. I saw videos and photos of it, and I was like, oh man, I just have to get this one. So here it is, side profile number 1, front facing, side profile number 2, and then, you know, I guess back profile if you want to call it that. But starting off with just the paint before going into the articulation. The paint's very nice. It's not too insane. You kind of have some red here. I was gonna say velvet, but not really. It's a very like dull red, and the light, my light's not really helping it stand out. And same upon the eyes here. But I mean, most notably, the design is kind of like a horizontal stripe that's going across towards the end of the body, and then you can kind of see a little bit of the stripage on the tail as well. So I mean, it just looks cool. I really like the stripage. The arms here are articulation wise can come across, and then they even have an elbow joint and kind of come up and down and all the way around and stuff like that. So you know, pretty good for, you know, a smaller arm. Not too insanely large, but not insanely small either. But paint job, definitely do like it. Looks like we have a little bit of an underside in terms of the jaw, where you can kind of see, I guess, this kind of like brown dry brushed area, and then the bottom is just kind of one color for the most part. You kind of have the tan, and then it kind of goes to the stock mold color. Very cool. Do love it. Love the design. Love the little prongs here. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and do the articulation. So starting off with the jaw. Lower jaw doesn't really want to come down too much. Upper jaw wants to come up a lot. Close them, and you get that, which looks a little funky. So I think open jaw, like very slight open jaw or straight open jaw, probably looks best in my opinion, because straight snout looks a little too weird for me. But to each their own. So there's that. We do have, you know, this is the articulation for the jaw, the upper jaw, and then we do have a little bit of a seam around the neck. I'm getting resistance wanting to go left, but I think it wants to turn the whole neck around. So if I hold this piece here, not really too crazy, but if we come all the way around, simple as that. You can look up, Can look up and can look somewhat down. So there we go, up and a little bit down. And so there's that as well. We already did the arms, right? Can go all the way around, even just the elbow as you saw there, but the arm socket joint here comes all the way around, and then same with this one, the actual elbow arm joint. And then moving on towards our legs here, we have our thighs, which kick up, getting some resistance. Oh no. Oh, all right, we made a full 360 there. So you can do that if you like. And then moving down towards the back of the knees here, we have a little bit of a joint that comes down and then can kind of kick around, not too much, because then you hit this part of the knee, which does kind of lock in. And moving towards our feet here, towards our ankles, we do have this little piece here, which is, I'm getting a little bit of resistance trying to go up. Huh. Okay, maybe just that piece? I don't know. Because I'm trying to move this one up, but I'm getting a lot of resistance. But then I go to this one and then it's perfect. So you can see how much you can move that one. But I'm getting a lot of resistance. Maybe it's too much in there, because sometimes if it's not in there enough, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But this is kind of the standard. And then like this, I guess, front calf part, the bottom part can kind of do the same thing, where we can see a lot of articulation come across. Dang, this is actually impressive. So yeah, pretty articulatable and flexible, if you will. You can have that. The foot is just going to be its own thing. You can do a full swivel swirl, so however you like. So yeah, I guess the only real thing is mine, at least right here, is having a little bit of trouble being able to get pushed down. It's just stiff, but nonetheless, still very cool. Last but not least, as we did see the tail, the swivel, and then it looks like the tail is bendable, I'd assume through a wire. So you can kind of do whatever you'd like in terms of that. You can do the classic swirl, come around, standard, nothing too insane. I think I like mine just to be straight for the time being. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that one more time. There we go. That's good enough. So yeah, that is pretty much about it in terms of the Hammond collection Metriacanthosaurus. And oh man, I really just love the design so much. It seems to be like a medium-sized theropod. It's nothing too insane. I think the amount of skeletal remains that exist of Metriacanthosaurus are extremely limited. I believe it's like a hip bone and like part of the neck. But very, very cool design. I absolutely really love it. And it's a very fun dinosaur. It's not too well known, I'd say, in my in terms. Oh, look at that. It's like almost the perfect size for a theropod, in my opinion. Look at that. Just a very nice size theropod. So clappers to Mattel. It's been a while since I've done a Jurassic video, but I gotta hand it to them. I left at the worst time. They seem to have made all these really nice Hammond collection figures. So hopefully this isn't the last in the line that I see. It won't be. I'm planning to get the Spinosaurus. I'm hoping I can. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and do a comparisons with the Rorivores Metriacanthosaurus from back in all the way in 2018. This one, we couldn't have had this if we didn't have this. And just look at the difference. Like in terms of paint job, sculpt, design, I don't know. It's just, it's insane how far they've come. Mattel, I mean. Just look at that. Look at the difference, dude. Anyways, this is a Rorivore. Unfortunately, it does not work. It's seen its fair share of usage in its lifetime, so unfortunately, this guy is just no longer able to do what he used to. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. I can't really get the neck to look too down, so it's kind of hard to do this type of chomping motion. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm impressed. And my first Hammond collection figure of Metriacanthosaurus, absolutely love it. And if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I actually do plan to do a repaint of this figure. I've actually went ahead and bought myself a darn airbrush, which I'm going to learn, hopefully. This will not be the first project I use it on, just so I can kind of make it, you know, as best as it can be. But I do plan to give it a good old paint scheme. And the paint scheme that I am going for is the Jurassic World Evolution Coastal modification, coastal color modification, which is kind of like a dark, deep, kind of like walnut. It's kind of got a lighter underbelly, and then it's got some black tiger stripes. And then in the tiger stripes, some of them do have kind of like a mandarin or an orange color, which I just really love. And then I believe it also has some small like stripes coming here, and then I believe it has just a very slight green, not too prominent but very slight. So oh man, it's been one of my favorite designs of, you know, a dinosaur probably ever. I just absolutely love it, and I've come to love Metriacanthosaurus through that game. And I guess in a sense we're lucky enough it got a figure, because it's like I said, it only ever shows up in name only in Jurassic Park. Like, it never got an on-screen appearance. So hopefully that'll change, because I think this guy deserves some love. But that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for our video. Once again, this is the Hammond collection Metriacanthosaurus made by Mattel. So let me know what you guys think of this guy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!